What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good start to your week. It's Monday, April 21st, and I had a great Easter weekend. I hope you guys did too. Just super refreshed, very excited. I mean, we're starting game 2 for these playoff games today, and we've got like a sample size. We got to see how things matched up in the first game, and this is what I've personally been waiting for all year, is a little bit of consistency for the NBA, because it's been a tricky season. The regular season's been a little bit tough. I'm going to just jump right into the plays that I'm excited about today. So I'm going to be going with James Harden over 33.5 points, assists, Russell Westbrook over 19.5 PRA, Malik Beasley over 15.5 points, and Tobias Harris over 21.5 points and rebounds. I got all of these same lines on Underdog. If you guys are new to the channel, I've been the state I live in, Underdog is making some updates, so it's only allowing me to access the mobile app right now. But let me double check. Actually, we're getting Malik Beasley at 14.5 points. It's like a 0.96x, so a little bit of a smaller multiplier, but still 14.5 points is a great option. And I'm going to be, I didn't use it for this slip, but if you guys have been following along and taking advantage of that promo that Underdog is running, the extender, it's super dope. Like, essentially you started with game 1 and they give you a 40% token, like a 40% boost token. So you can make your slip, put whatever you want in there, and they'll let you boost it by 40%. That's already huge just to start. Well, now we're in game 2, so we get our 50% boost token, and you use it each time and it keeps going up all the way to 100. It's called the extender. I think it's one of the coolest promos that I've seen in a long time. I can't think of one that I've been this excited about. So I'm going to get all the way up to that 100% boost token and have some fun with the playoffs. You know, granted, you got the game has the series has to go to 7 games for that to happen, but that just adds a little bit of more excitement, you know, towards the series getting stretched out. So yeah, getting all these same lines except for Malik Beasley. We're getting at 14.5 points on Underdog. If you haven't signed up for Underdog yet and you want to, it's a killer platform. They're an official partner of mine, and they've made so many improvements over the last 2 years, and they just keep looking for ways to make this a better platform. So use code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash that first slip that you make. On top of that, you'll get to enjoy this extender promo, which I think is super cool. So yeah, all that information is down below. And let's start breaking down the plays. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor and like the video, drop me a comment. If you guys have questions about any plays, I have a pretty open schedule today. So, you know, we have a 2-game slate, but there's a lot of value on the board for these 2 games. And historically, I've had a better hit rate on smaller slates, you know, 2 to 4 game slates. They end up being pretty exciting. I feel like you just get more plays maybe on the board because it's a smaller, you know, amount of players that are in games. So I don't know what it is, but smaller slates, I've had a better hit rate. But yeah, all that being said, if you have questions about plays, I love breaking it down with you guys. You guys put plays on my radar all the time. I'll do my research, I'll use my tools, and hit you back in the comments. So hit me up with anything you guys got. All right. So Harden, I really like this play. 33.5 points, assists. It opened at 32.5, but I'll take the 33.5. He had a great showing. He almost cleared that points alone in that game 1. He came out so hot. I think he had like 15 points in the first quarter. So the matchup overall, 24th in points allowed, 29th in assists allowed. If we go over to the point guard position, tightens up a little bit on points, but that dude was dropping contested threes and he was just in his bag. And I think he's going to keep it going. Because it's not just this game. He's been on a heater for like the last 10 games. But yeah, 14th in points allowed, 26th in assists allowed. So I look forward to both of these games. I'm just so pumped for the playoffs. So yeah, let's look at his last 5. Yeah, he's cleared this in 5 straight games. Popped off against Golden State, 39 points, 10 assists, and then game 1 goes out, gets a hot start, and goes for 32 points, 11 assists. Let's zoom out a little bit more than that. Okay, so it is just 6 of his last 10, but it started in Dallas, and he's just kept it going. So 6 straight games. Let's take a look at this note from Outlier. This is a good one. Oh wait, this is not a good one. because this is it's catching the goblin. But let's think about this for a minute. So it's talking about this goblin, 24.5 points assists. He's cleared that in 15 straight games versus bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. So he's gone for at least 24.5 or more. Actually, it's 27 or more. Now, I know we're at 33.5 for this, but if you look at this average, over, 15 straight games versus bottom 10 defenses for points allowed, he's averaging 34.8. So the average he has across these 15 games against these types of matchups, he's clearing it, you know? So there is a little bit of information in there. I love these notes from Outlier. But anyways, let's keep it rolling. They've got that 24.5 at a minus 750 to go over. So that tells you how much juice they're putting on this. And I think he's going to go over 33.5 for us tonight as well. Let's go back to these last 5 real quick. Let me adjust this. It's stuck on the, okay, well, that does change things. So he had cleared the 32.5. So 2 of these, so he's actually 3 out of his last 5 over the 33.5. 2 of these, he was at 33. So 1 more point or assist would have gotten it done. So he's averaging 41.7 minutes over these last 5 games. You can really see it boosted up here as they were wrapping things up and getting into playoff ball, over 40 minutes a game in 3 straight, and shooting 53% from the field on 19 attempts. These last 2 games, 23 attempts, 22 attempts. He shot 57% and 50%. Let's talk about beyond the arc. Averaging 8 attempts a game and shooting 48%. In these last 2 games, he put up 8 threes, shot 63% from beyond the arc, and then put up 9 threes in game 1 and shot 44%, made 4 of them. 14.6 potential assists. I'm just going to be repeating myself, but I love this time of year. So I'm so pumped for these games tonight. That about covers it. Getting to the line a decent amount, 7 attempts a game, shooting 89%, averaging about 6.2 made free throws a game over these last 5 games. So I'm loving it. Let's take a look here at Daily Grind. Points, assists. Oh, it went back down to, you guys are lucky. You got it at 32.5. Okay, I locked it in at 33.5. So you guys get it at 32.5 because it went back down. 52.79% odds to hit the over, minus 133. They've got that. The optimizer has this as the best play for Harden on Prizepicks. It's showing both, actually. Weird. Well, if you have the option, go for the 32.5, obviously. Let me refresh this. Maybe something's going wrong. No, it's weird. It's showing them both. But they like him for over 1 block, over 0.5 blocks. I like him for 1 block at least. They have that at a 51.84% odds to hit the over, minus 127. They're not really feeling the full PRA. I think he's going over. I think he's going into the 40s, but I just want the points assist. He had a decent amount of rebounds in that first game, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a quick look in case you guys want that PRA. He had 6 rebounds. I mean, he's got 3 straight games with 6 rebounds or more. Let's look at the rebounds historically. So head to head, he went for 6, 3, 5, 9, 6. So he's capable. I mean, he's a good rebounder anyways for a point guard, but I just went points assist. I felt like that was the value that was really sticking out to me. Anything else before we move on? No, that's about it. They like the under on his turnovers, 51.38% odds to hit the under 3.5 turnovers, minus 125. All right, let's go. Russell Westbrook. So he had a great showing in game 1. He's been playing pretty solid the last 5 games. 4 out of his last 5, he's cleared this PRA. This is low for Westbrook, 19.5. And now he's playing against his old team where things didn't necessarily work out, you know. They gave him some shine. He went for 26 PRA in game 1. Over these last 5 games, he's averaging 24.9 minutes. So the minutes have kind of gotten back up since the drama, with Michael Malone getting fired, and Westbrook was kind of in the narrative there. They were kind of, I guess the owner was upset that Westbrook was getting more minutes than one of their rookies to close out games, blah, blah, blah. Well, that did not play a factor in the playoffs. He got 34.4 minutes. This was a great game. It did go to overtime, so that's going to be part of those minutes, but 112 to 110. It was looking like the Clippers were just going to like take this thing, from the get-go, and Denver fought back. They looked really good. This is going to be a great series. So yeah, 24.9 minutes. It's a little bit inflated because of this 34-minute game, but he's probably good for at least 25 minutes tonight. 8.3 rebound chances a game over these last 5 and 8.2 potential assists. Shooting 39% from the field, so the field goal percentage is not great right now. That's probably why we're able to get this so low at just 19.5. 11.2 attempts, but he had 17 attempts. He only shot 29%, but the attempts were there. So if he can clean that up a little bit, have a little bit of a better outing, the attempts are definitely there. So let's take a look here at the matchup. I mean, the Clippers are solid, on defense. So 4th in points allowed, 1st in rebounds allowed, and 9th in assists allowed. If you go to the point guard position, a little bit different. 3rd in points allowed, 4th in rebounds allowed, 10th in assists allowed. But yeah, this line is nice and low. And let's look at the head-to-head. So he's cleared this head-to-head. Yeah, so, well, this is kind of tricky because he used to play for the Clippers. Well, no, this is from this year. So yeah, he's cleared this in 3 out of 5 head-to-heads. Most recently, he went for 33 PRA and then 26 PRA. 6 rebounds and 8 rebounds, and then 8 assists and 3 assists, 19 and 15 as far as the points go. So he has a good history of showing up when he plays his old team. So I'm going to be riding that PRA. Let's take a look at Daily Grind, see what they think. They like his points over. They have that as the best play, 10.5. They have it at 52.41% odds to hit the over. Points assists they like over 15. Rebounds and assists over 8.5. They like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance he could do that on rebounds alone or assists alone. So that does look really solid. Do we not have the full PRA on here? They better not have made that a goblin or a demon. Well, it's not showing up on the optimizer. So yeah, hopefully you guys can get it. Hopefully the optimizer is just kind of bugging out and it's not that Prizepicks took it off the board. I'll check it again at the end of the video and see if it pops up. All right, Tobias Harris. So in game 1 with the Pistons and the Knicks, what a great game. It wasn't until the 4th quarter that the Knicks were able to really put some stuff together. We took Cade Cunningham, I believe, points, assists, or full PRA in that first game. And man, I think it was the points assist. He almost got it for us. And it wasn't until like the 4th quarter that he was able to really get something going. He was assisting a lot. And yeah, OG Anunoby was just, they were double teaming Cade every time he had the ball, and OG Anunoby was like assigned on him. So it was a tough outing, but we saw towards the end of that game that Cade really he responded well. He got more physical and he was starting to get his towards the end there. But the reason I like the role players tonight is because these veteran role players were really popping off. Tobias Harris had a great outing. He put up 25 points and 6 rebounds in that game 1. And so I'm running it back with Tobias. I know he's only done this 1 out of his last 5, but he showed up when it was most important, and Cade was just dishing the ball a ton. So if they're going to put all that attention on Cade, I mean, the Knicks won that game, so they're probably thinking our game plan ended up paying off in the end. We doubled Cade every time, but that's leaving these guys open. So I like Tobias Harris over 21.5 points, rebounds. He cleared that points alone in game 1 and still grabbed 6 rebounds. We went for 31. So I think it's going to be a similar situation. Let's look at how many minutes he had in this game. So averaging 25.9 over these last 5, but he played 39.8 minutes, and this game did not go to overtime. The Knicks just put it together in the 4th quarter. It was crazy. But he shot 60% from the field, so he only had 8.6 attempts. Well, yeah, more than that. So he's averaging 8.6 attempts, averaging 60%. But let's see. So he had 13 attempts in that game, shot 62%. And then from beyond the arc, he had 5 attempts and he cashed 4 of them, shot 80% from beyond the arc. The Pistons are really good at moving the ball around. They're looking really solid. Like, I'm jealous as a Suns fan that the Pistons are looking so ready to continue to build and be a contender relatively soon. But yeah, so Tobias was great, averaging 3.2 attempts from beyond the arc over these last 5, and shooting 63%. And 80% in that last game. So the dude's been in rhythm from beyond the arc, and he's always been a solid rebounder. Let's look at historically. So, I mean, this is a big sample size, but if we look at like these last 5, his worst outing was 2 of them were just 19. So, and then he had 121. So he's 2 of his last 5 head-to-heads, and this is just a couple buckets away from being 5 straight head-to-heads. So he tends to match up well against the Knicks, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cade comes out a little bit more aggressive in this game and tries to get the scoring going early, like instead of he was like a little bit timid, missing some shots, getting a little bit frustrated, complaining that fouls weren't being called and stuff. But he got his composure together by the second half, and then he was starting to put it together. But I like Tobias to be able to still get this done, because I think they're going to be doubling Cade again. But I do like Cade Cunningham. I almost took his assists. His assists are at 9. And I'm sure I'll be rolling that in a slip at some point today. But Cade went for 12 assists in back-to-back games now. So he's a solid facilitator, and I think 9's still a little bit low. I might even see if I can't grab like a 10.5 or 11.5 assist demon from Cade today. I will be making a demon slip for this slate, because there's so much value in these 2 games. All right, getting a little chatty. Let's look at Tobias real quick on Daily Grind. They like his points over 14.5. They've got that as the top play. 52.92% odds to hit the over minus 132. I do love this play. Actually, that's what I took, right? Points, rebounds. Okay. Yeah, I took Beasley's points. They like his PRA over as well, over 23. Relatively decent juice still, too. 52.34% odds to hit the over. They like his rebounds over 6. They don't like the points, rebounds together. Now, why is that? So if we take a look at the points at 14.5, it's because it's a full point bump. So yeah, points at 14.5, rebounds that would be 20.5, and we're paying 21.5. I've already got it locked in. If you wanted to just take the points at 14.5, go for it. He's a solid rebounder though. So you could take these individually. You could take the full PRA if you want, because that might be less of a bump, but he doesn't really assist the ball that much. So it's only a 1.5 point bump to just take the full PRA if you prefer that. And there is a decent amount of juice according to Daily Grind. So go with your gut. I got the points rebounds locked in. Let's wrap this up. Malik Beasley in the same game. So once again, it was just an absolute must that these veteran role players were showing up early in the game for Detroit. It really balanced things out, because a lot of their squad is relatively young. So having that experience, we saw Schroeder had a really good game too. That's something you might want to look at as well. There's a lot of value for the Knicks. For the Knicks, sure, but for the Pistons in this game, there's a lot of guys who I think their lines are pretty low. I'm going to take a look at Schroeder later as well. But the veteran presence was really important for Detroit to keep this game as close as it was and to lead for most of the game. But we got Malik Beasley over 14.5 points. He's gone for 20 or more points in 3 straight games, and he had no trouble getting things started. If you look, he's gone for 20 or more in 3 out of his last 4 head-to-heads against New York. So it tends to just fit the scheme and fit the matchup well for Beasley to be one of the guys who's getting a lot of catch and shoot opportunities when Cade's getting doubled. Let's take a look at the matchup here. So 9th in points allowed. We know the Knicks are pretty solid on defense. We go to the shooting guard position. It really opens up. 22nd in points allowed. Let's take a look at what his attempts have been. So yeah, for someone who's not a starter, he's getting a decent amount of attempts, 13.8. Most of that is from beyond the arc. The dude is, thug shake. I don't know if you guys saw in that game, but they were saying that the coach was trying to keep him from doing the thug shake as much when he drops his threes. So the coach told him, if you drop a 3 and it makes the other team take a timeout, you can do a longer thug shake. If not, make the thug shake short and sweet. And Malik agreed to it. So he's trying to drop those threes to a point where it forces a timeout. 10.8 attempts from beyond the arc. Beautiful over his last 5. Shooting 44%, averaging almost 5 threes a game. So that would cash our 14.5 points alone. If he just kind of goes a little bit above his average, he put up 12 in that last game and cashed 50% of them. And then the game before that against Milwaukee, 11 attempts, made 7, and then 14 attempts, 7. Like, dude's absolutely on fire right now, and probably really excited. If you can get through the Knicks, Boston is tough, obviously, but the Pistons have had a couple games this season where they showed that they can hang with Boston. So I'm sure they would love to get the upset here and advance over the Knicks. Anything else to look at for Malik? Do we have a note? Let's look at this note from Outlier. It's catching the goblins again, but this still does apply. So he's exceeded 9.5 points, which is probably the goblin, in 19 straight games on the road. So he's averaging 17.7 points per game on the road. We need him to get 15. I don't know if I can adjust this while it's on here. Let's see. No, it took the note off. Let's just do it ourselves. So we got the 14.5 points. Prizepicks is 15.5. So let's get this. Look at 15.5. We'll go last 20, and then we will go away games. Yeah, okay, that worked. That's why I love Outlier. So 70% over his last 20 road games has he cleared 15.5 points, 14 of 20 games. So yeah, I'm loving this. Let's take a look at Beasley on Daily Grind. Then we'll look at a couple bonus plays because there is a lot on the board right now, guys. So they like his points rebounds the best at 17.5. They have that at 51.99% odds to hit the over -128. They probably don't like the points because it's a full point higher on Prizepicks, and they don't. And that's not necessarily meaning the play won't hit. It just means they don't recognize this as a value compared to other platforms and what other odds makers are calling. So 51.45% odds to hit the under -126. This is just math. You know what I mean? This is just crunching numbers is what the optimizer does. It's a killer tool, but you got to kind of use your own narrative too. They like his points assists over 16.5. They like the points rebounds over. So if you guys want to attach that, they like his rebounds over 2.5. They're not feeling the full PRA. I'm loving it. I'm going to probably make a lot of slips today. I think it's just going to be one of those days. All right. If you guys want to check out Outlier, just sign up through the link below and you will get a week just to have some fun with it. Playoffs are here, so why not? Sign up, no code or anything. Just go through that link and you'll get a week just to explore this app and see how you like it. Use it to help you cash some more slips this week. And then for Daily Grind, if you guys want this DFS optimizer or any of their tools, just use code JRUSSO. They're going to give you 25% off for as long as you want to make your first subscription, all the way up to a year. And you can use this for everything. I mean, golf, tennis, hockey, esports, you name it, they've got it. And all these platforms, they cover literally every platform. So let's look at some bonus plays. All right, so I'm going to be targeting today's plays because some of these, it's going to be picking up plays that are on the board for like tomorrow. But let's see here. Mikal Bridges over 6.5 rebounds and assists. They love it. 54.01% odds hit the over -138. Miles McBride, they're not feeling his points assists. They got that under. Michael Porter Jr. points assists 13.5. That is low. 53.67% odds to hit the over -138. Peyton Watson over 6.5 points rebounds. 53.51% odds to hit the over. Let's see for Monday. Jalen Duren over 2.5 points in the first quarter. 53.26% odds to hit the over -135. Tim Hardaway Jr., they don't like his points rebounds. I'm not taking that under, though. Again, this is just a math thing. It's because it's at 14 on Prizepicks and it's at 13.5 everywhere else. But they're favoring that to the under, -135, 53.25% odds to hit the under. They like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s full PRA. So do I. 14.5. There were so many Pistons that I wanted to put in this slip for you guys. So just know that I'm really feeling the Pistons tonight. Not necessarily saying they're going to win this game, but that was just a beautiful game one. All these guys were showing up, and these lines are low for them because they haven't necessarily been popping off over the last 5 games, but they looked great in game one. So yeah, they've got that at 53.21% odds to hit the over -133. We'll do one more, and I'm gonna get out of here. There's Dennis Schroeder. Okay, 8.5 points. I'm feeling Schroeder. It's just like so many Pistons to choose from tonight. 8.5 points, 53.11% odds to hit the over -133. Man, Pinnacle has this at a -154. So yeah, that is beautiful. Everyone's got it juiced to the over, and some heavy. I mean, -154, -144, -150. And then I'll give you one last one. They like Kawhi Leonard over 30.5 points rebounds, 53.06% odds to hit the over -134. And then you guys can just take a look here. I'm not going to talk through them, but if you guys wanted to just kind of scroll this for a minute, see if there's anything else popping off that you like. Cool. Well, that's going to cover it, guys. Once again, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a good Easter. We're back. We're at game 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. Enjoy your Monday night. I'm gonna watch these games and then get into some Kill Tony with my wife and just enjoy my day. So I hope you guys do too. God bless. I'll catch you in the next one.